Hello, my name is Andy and welcome to your virtual Cultivation Kitchen course. I would like to give a special thank you to Walpole Media for helping us safely record 6 feet apart in the studio today, which is why I am not wearing my mask. Today we are going to talk about the importance of understanding food waste and how we as a community can reduce it. If you're wondering how you will be taking part in reducing food waste by making food, you will find out when we make our Irish potato bites. First, I would like for everyone to reflect on the last 2 or 3 days and recall a time that you may have thrown out your food. What was the reason that you threw it out? How much was thrown out? And why did you throw it out? While you may all be brainstorming and reflecting, did you know that 30 to 40% of all food harvested in the United States is never eaten? If this surprises you, there are ways to reduce food waste starting right in your kitchen. So to begin today's recipe, everyone should have their ingredients out in front of them. These ingredients are 20 small red potatoes, which are microwavable, shredded cheddar cheese, butter, salt if you prefer, sour cream, which is also optional, and then spray your pan. Everyone should also have a mixing bowl, which you will use to combine some of our measured ingredients. And before we start, everyone be sure to wash your hands with soap and water. Also, everyone please preheat your ovens to 400 degrees. And everyone first please begin by microwaving your potatoes until they are fork tender, meaning you can easily put a fork through them, which means they no longer have a hard outside layer. We don't want our potatoes to be too hard or too soft, so you can easily put a fork in them. You can tell that it's nice and soft. So once your potatoes are cooled, we can now carefully with a knife cut each one in half so that they are small and rounded and they can sit up. So you can cut it right in half and they should be able to cut nice and easily. And then with a spoon, we are going to scoop them out. And you should be able to easily scoop out the inside of the potato, and put these potato scraps into the bowl. And mush. So you should also set up your baking sheet with aluminum foil and be sure to spray this sheet with your nonstick spray. And you're going to place your halves on the sheet with the carved side facing outward. Next, we're going to measure 1/4 cup of shredded cheese and add this into the bowl with your potato scraps. You can add this into the bowl. Next, we're going to use a tablespoon and add 1 tablespoon of melted butter into the mixing bowl. And if you would like, you can add 1 pinch of salt into the mixing bowl as well for extra flavor. This is like room temperature, so I'm just gonna. Okay. So now we can mix these ingredients together, the potato scraps, butter, and salt together in the mixing bowl for a few seconds. And then we can place this mixture with the spoon into the potato bite halves onto the baking sheet. So now, when you're done with your baking sheet, you can put this in the oven for 10 minutes for it to cook. So now, while everybody is waiting for their potato bites to be done, let's discuss how we reduce food waste today within this short recipe. With our potatoes, we practice reducing food waste by using our scraps. Sometimes we peel the skin off potatoes, like when we are making mashed potatoes. Today, we left the skin on, which is also a great source of fiber, vitamin B, and vitamin C. Instead of throwing out the potato that we scooped out of the halves, we used it to make our potato bites. There are many other ways to reduce food waste at home, such as only buying foods that you know you will eat, freezing food that may go bad, making smaller shopping trips rather than one big one, eating your leftovers, and composting. Composting is a creative way to recycle organic matter such as food scraps into a valuable fertilizer that can enrich soil and plants. I have attached a link to this recipe that explains how composting works and the different types of composting you can participate in at your home. If your potato bites are done, I hope you enjoy them with or without your topping of sour cream and that they look something like this. Even though it may not seem like a lot, you all took part in taking a small step in reducing food waste today during the steps of this recipe. Again, if you are interested in learning more ways to reduce food waste, please use the link provided at the end of this recipe to learn more. Thank you for joining us for another week of Virtual Cultivation Kitchen.